requesting information for the correction. Mfowethu, please send to US and request to provide him with information for the correction. What is going on here? Why are you sending these documents to Sergeant Nkosi?
As I indicated, SC, to say I received this information from Sergeant Nkosi to say, I need to check it. Then I checked with Nico Matovela, who forwarded me this, photo screenshot to show me that he has this document in his, desk, and these are matters that, he has dealt with. So I sent it to Sergeant Nkosi to show him.
But if we go down to 537, for instance, you'll see that there is a list of 6 problems on 537 and another list of 6 more on 538. It says PSIRA, company not certified. 2, grade B director. 3, letter of good standing, also indicates grade B. 4, firearms, no license. 5, proof that you're up to date with Provident Fund. 6, SOP. What does this relate to?
I indicated SC previously to say he's helping with quite a number of aspects, and these were different, I think, matters that, he was dealing with.
On its face, what this posted card looks like is a list of, this one is a list of 6 problems with compliance. That the company is not certified at PSIRA, that the director is has only grade B status, that the letter of good standing indicates only grade B, that there are no licenses for firearms. Did you understand what this document was? Did you play any role in relation to this document other than being a conduit from Nico to Sergeant Nkosi?
I did not play any role, SC. I was relaying the information as I was receiving.
So you were just forwarding what you got from Nico to Sergeant Nkosi?
That's correct, SC.
But Nico was already dealing directly with Becky. Becky had asked Nico to help him on this case.
SC, as you could see, that Nkosi will continuously sometimes send me information to check and verify. I'll do so. And I'll verify, then I'll relay back the information to Sergeant Nkosi.
But why were you in this loop? This is on your version, this is a tender for an Mpumalanga municipality that Ngapesheya is bidding for. What does it have to do with you?
I indicated earlier on that I raised Nkosi. I took interest from him since '97 when he started working at the yard. So he'll continuously sometimes ask for me to intervene and assist.
But he and his brother have a series of pending bids before the city at this point that you're aware of. In TMPD 1 and TMPD 3, they have Ngapesheya as a bidder.
I'm aware about it, SC.
Did you not think it was inappropriate for you to be assisting Ngapesheya in another bid?
As I indicated earlier on, that when Sergeant Nkosi approached me, I referred him to Nico for assistance because I did not want to assist him.
Well then, why when Nico approaches you, do you not say to Nico, deal directly with Sergeant Nkosi, deal directly with Becky?
The issue of sometimes being convenient, speaking to someone, SC, you can't rule it out to say you'll just chase someone who's want to either feel comfortable or confide with you better and feel that if he has spoken to you, you'll be able to assist or intervene.
But do you not see it as inappropriate for you to be assisting Ngapesheya in tenders at the same time as they are bidding for tenders from the city?
I did not personally assist it, SC. I have the capacity and the skills to do so, but I did not at this stage.
Yes, but you're acting as the conduit between Ngapesheya and Nico.
I'm not a conduit. I indicated that I had a relationship with Sergeant Kosi that backdates, some years back.
Yes, but you are factually acting as a conduit between Sergeant Nkosi or Ngapesheya and Nico. When Sergeant Nkosi wants Nico to do something in relation to Ngapesheya, he asks you. When Nico wants documents to go back to Sergeant Nkosi and Becky, he gives them to you.
I don't agree, SC.
Well,
What do you understand by conduit, Deputy Chief?
A conduit, Commissioner, it's like a three-way of communication, of which I'm not. I have a personal relationship with Sergeant Kosi that I indicated.
That does not focus on conduit. There may be a three-way communication, but without any one of the three people being a conduit. So you've not answered the question. What do you understand a conduit to be?
Much as I'm indicating, Commissioner, that a conduit is like, someone who act between two people. And in this instance, I was not acting between Peggy and Peggy because I have a personal relationship that, was built some years back with Sergeant Kosi.
A conduit is either a person or a thing through which something, it may be communication, passes between two other people. Without that person, the one through whom the information or whatever else passes, being personally involved in what is happening between the two destinations. It just passes through. That person or thing are used merely for purposes of whatever it is that passes through, to pass through. So it's just for purposes of it passing through. In this communication, or in what was happening here, according to what you say, you were exactly that, a conduit. You were passing information to Sergeant Kosi from Nico, and you would also pass information from Sergeant Kosi to Nico. So according to you, you were actually a conduit. So I don't understand why you say no when Mr. Chaskalson is asking you why you were a conduit. So I don't understand your denial. With the explanation I've given, unless you say I'm wrong in my explanation. So with the explanation I have given, can you now answer the question? When Nico could have communicated directly with Becky or with Sergeant Kosi for that matter, why were you a conduit?
I still don't agree, Commissioner. We maintain different levels of relationship with both people that I maintain with Sergeant Kosi and Nico. So someone will prefer to speak to me to either engage someone. So that I don't think I'm a conduit, Commissioner.
Were you playing any role other than just passing the information from this point to the other point and vice versa? Were you playing any active role?
I will intervene if there's misunderstanding. Sergeant Kosi will request me to say perhaps intervene, then I'll intervene in that instance.
Did that happen all the time, or would it happen only on odd occasions? There is the need for you to intervene.
It was not on all occasions.
So for the most part, you were just passing information between the two, for the most part, correct?
He'll communicate something, I'll communicate to Nico.
Can you please answer the question directly? So for the most part, you were merely passing information between the two, correct?
I'm not sure about that, Commissioner.
No. Why not? Why not? You have said it would only be on the odd occasion that you would have to personally intervene. So if that was the case, surely what you did for the most part would be merely to pass information between the two. Not so. If you say not, then explain what else or what more you did.
Commissioner, I've explained that I hold different relationship with both
No, I've
parties.
heard that. I have that.
Yes.
That has nothing to do with my question, Deputy Chief. That has nothing to do with my question. My question is it not so that for the most part, you pass information from the one to the other?
That's correct, Commissioner.
That's enough for my purposes. Now, so which means for the most part, you were a conduit. If all you did was to pass information from the one to the, except for those few occasions or the odd occasion when you had to intervene. So for the most part, you were a conduit.
I don't agree, Commissioner, that I was a conduit.
In my language, I would say, I walis cause. I will leave it at that.
Thank you, Chair. But whether or not you accept that you were acting as a conduit, why were you playing any role in this? Why were you not telling Sergeant Nkosi and Becky on the one side and Nika on the other side to deal with each other directly and not to draw you into this process?
In any life situation, SC, you'll sometimes become, a role model to other people. They'll put their trust in you. So you wouldn't dismiss, someone that, you feel, you can assist.
So you are assisting Ngapesheya on because Sergeant Nkosi is your role, that you are Sergeant Nkosi's role model. Is that your answer? You don't want to disappoint him because you're his role model.
I'm not assisting Ngapesheya. I've referred Sergeant Nkosi to Nico Matovela to assist him.
Yes, but you're keeping yourself in the picture. You're not. You've referred them to Nico months ago, and you're still being the person who passes Nico's messages to Ngapesheya and who passes Sergeant Nkosi's messages to Nico. You're staying involved. Why are you staying involved?
Much as I indicated, I have a relationship with Sergeant Nkosi. I nurtured him, and I'll take interest in helping him.
How are you helping him in this regard if you're not helping Ngapesheya?
I'm not helping Ngapesheya. As I indicated, I could have assisted Ngapesheya with the skills and the capacity that I have, but I chose to refer them to Nico Matovela to assist them.
But you just said that you are keeping yourself in the picture, or you're not removing yourself from the picture because you're helping Sergeant Nkosi. How are you helping him?
Yes, SC, Sergeant Nkosi will come to me for intervention, then I'll intervene where there's a need.
Mr. Dlamini, the question is, you say you were helping Sergeant Nkosi. The question is, in this tender, how are you helping him? What is it that you are doing that is to help Sergeant Nkosi?
Commissioner, I indicated initially in my statement that I referred Sergeant Nkosi. When he came to me, I refused because he wanted me to assist Peggy direct. I said I can't. I referred him to Nico Matovela for assistance. And sometimes they will have that misunderstanding where Sergeant Nkosi will come to me and request intervention or Nico will say, pass this information to Sergeant Nkosi. That's what I will do.
Yeah, well, maybe for now, let's limit it to these documents and this information that you are passing on to Sergeant Nkosi. Let's limit it to that. How is that to help Sergeant Nkosi? It's a Ngapesheya tender. You say in Mpumalanga, it's Ngapesheya. When you are sharing this information that you are passing on from Nico to Sergeant Nkosi in relation to a Ngapesheya tender, how is that to help Sergeant Nkosi?
He inquired, Commissioner, I gave him information to say, Nico indicate to say this document, he had them in his desk and he is addressing them because Sergeant Nkosi, raised that matter of, documents that, they need to be completed.
Yes, Mr. Chaskalson.
Deputy Chief, before we leave this topic, I just want to take you to a document which supports your argument that this tender did not relate to TMPD-1. It was not TMPD-1. It's the document on page 536. And you see it's a letter of good standing issued by the Private Sector Industry Regulation Authority, PSIRA.
Are you going to make it bigger, please?
Yes.
You'll see that the date it was issued on its face is 6 February 2025. You see it?
I'll agree to that, but yes.
And that it was certified by the South African Police Service in Soshanguve on the 20th of February 2025.
Yes.
Now, those dates are after the submission date of TMPD-1. TMPD-1 had a deadline of October 2024.
That's correct.
So on the face of this document could not be a document that was submitted as part of the bid for TMPD-1, because it was only created on its face in February 2025. You see that?
I see that, I see.
So I'm putting that document to you because it does support your evidence that these documents that you were exchanging between, or that you're passing from Nico to Sergeant Nkosi did not relate to TMPD-1.
Yes, I see.
Ms. Chaskalson, can I ask you a question? It's not for the witness. Are we, as the Commission, able to get the full set of documents of Ngapesheya that were assessed by the BEC for the purposes of TMPD-1? Because while what you're saying is possible, it may also be that in fact, what was done was that this very document was submitted long after the closing date, and those who assessed the bid relied on this document as proof of good standing. So there are multiple possibilities here.
There are, and we will attempt to get the full set of documents for the bid. We have.
Yeah. Can I ask Deputy Chief Dlamini? This municipality in Mpumalanga, it's only 11 months ago when these chairs were exchanged between you and Sergeant Nkosi. Surely it should not be difficult to establish which municipality Ngapesheya was dealing with for the purposes of what we are discussing now, and whether in fact that municipality ever had a tender out and whether Ngapesheya ever responded to that invitation to bid.
Yes, Commissioner, I think that perhaps the CFO will be able to assist on that because he was the one who was assisting them.
No, unfortunately, the CFO was not able to assist. And the name that Sergeant Nkosi gave us, the Matthews Posa municipality, the commission has established that such a municipality does not exist. So we're not talking about 10 years ago, we're talking about 11 months ago. I mean, surely one of you should remember which municipality it was, but all you are giving us at this stage is a province to say it was in Mpumalanga. But if you are more specific and you say that municipality had a tender out, and it was that municipality that invited bids, and it was in respect of that bid that Ngapesheya submitted a bid, then we will be able to close this line of inquiry once and for all.
I will verify with Nico, Commissioner, which one was specifically dealing with.
Are you able to do that during the tea break?
I will do so.
Thank you.
What might also be helpful, perhaps as you verify, is that if you look at page 538, the very last item relates to rates and taxes as some of the information that was missing that needed to be included. So item 12 is rates and taxes. It says company is in arrears and there is no list. And then it says directors' rates and taxes are not attached. That would suggest an address of Ngapesheya in that area, in that jurisdiction where that tender belongs, and the address of the director. So if you have Ngapesheya's address in that municipality where that tender, in the jurisdiction of that municipality, where this tender you say was for, then it should help you with identifying the municipality. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand you, Commissioner.
Okay.
But I think that might be difficult for me to do that. It will require either Peggy or someone. I'll ask Nico if he has that.
Yeah, well, this is not just a question to Nico. I think Peggy can answer the question. He either has an address and his company has an address in that municipality, in the jurisdiction of that municipality, or he doesn't have.
I'm not sure, Commissioner.
So it should be easy to verify.
Much as I indicate, the person that I'll be able to talk to is Nico. I'll ask him about which tender was this one.
Okay. Well, I'm suggesting to you that you should be able to speak to Peggy as well, because you're assisting him with this tender.
I was not helping him, Commissioner, with this tender.
All right. Hear what you come back with.
Can we leave this tender for now and then go to TMPD 3? And before we get to your involvement in relation to TMPD, I just want to sketch the timetable of TMPD 3 that we've established through the CFO. The timetable for TMPD was that the bid was advertised on the 12th of August 2024. If you can just take these dates down. This was the evidence of the CFO. The closing date was 21 February 2025. The first meeting of the BEC was 24 March 2025. The BEC recommended an award on either 28 May or 29 May. The minute of the meeting recommending the award is dated 28 May. The score sheets are dated 29 May. The BAC resolved to cancel the tender on 23 October. So that's the chronology. Now, your involvement that we want to look at starts on page 437. And on the 25th of March, 2025, page 437 of file 4, you send to Sergeant Nkosi a draft BEC report on this tender. It's 25 March, and it runs from page 437 all the way down to page 439. And the document that you sent is actually attached as an annexure from page 511. And it may be from page 511 all the way through to page 524. Why did you send that document to Sergeant Nkosi on 25 March?
Sergeant Nkosi requested me to send him,